to another Good People's Beer Club. And Ollie is slowly joking us again.
He likes to hang out a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, today we're actually really excited about this. The inner geek in all of us, as you can tell, is excited because we're doing Terrapin's Flux Capacitor.
He's Morgan Schneider.
Yes, I'm Morgan Schneider. Sorry, we're jumping ahead, but I'm a little excited.
He's really excited about this. I'm Taylor Shoemaker.
And I'm Jonathan Tolbert.
But yeah, so we're doing the Flux Capacitor as I jumped ahead and did, and it is.
Well, honestly, if we have to explain what the Flux Capacitor is,
Well, then,
turning us off right now.
Yeah.
Go watch like Back to the Future, like, and
All
then
three.
come back and watch us, of course.
Yeah.
But, like
9 hours later.
yeah, all three.
Yeah. And then come back.
There will be a pop quiz.
Yes. So this is from Terrapin, which is located out of Athens, Georgia. And they're owned by Michelob, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, they're at least their distributorship somehow they're involved.
Yeah, they
They're
have some kind of connection to it.
They still have brewing rights, from what I understand. I mean, they're able to brew the stuff that they want to do, like a side project.
Yeah.
I think their
Especially-
brewmaster's Spike, and there's another gentleman that's involved.
Yep.
Like Morgan said, they're out of Athens, Georgia. Interesting little fact about them: the gentleman that does all their artwork is actually the same guy that did the artwork for the Grateful Dead. Hence, all of the Terrapins. So,
Gotcha.
I had no idea of that, actually, yeah.
Yeah, so this is
Number 16 in
number
the
16,
series.
and it's
I have not had 1 through 15.
they call I haven't had any of the other ones, but this is called an American ale. That is the vaguest statement I've ever heard in my life, and I have no idea what to expect from it.
I know it's 9.8%, so I'm thinking maybe like they mean American Strong, like some sort of barley wine or something like that.
Right, I think it's kind of, my guess is, speculation, but I think it's probably a play on the concept of the Belgian styles of it's an American Strong Ale compared to the Belgian Strong Ale. So, I mean, I'm really excited about this.
yeah, in
Let's
general,
just go ahead.
Terrapin has like a pretty standard portfolio. They do like to do hoppy beers, like to do some
Yep.
big beers. Big Hoppy Monster is one of them, Hopsecutioner. And then they do these side projects to do some experimentation. I know they had a Black Saison they did. So yeah, I'm not sure what to expect from this one. When we first were taking a look at this beer, I totally expected it to be some sort of collaboration with Christopher Lloyd, who not only was in Back to the Future, but I believe he was also in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. But in any case, his performance was much more superior.
He's in an episode of Fringe, I know that much.
I believe he was also in Taxi, wasn't he?
Might have been. I don't know that much about Christmas Floyd.
Yeah, well, at any rate.
Monty, we gotta get back to the future.
That's all that matters. So yeah, I mean, just look at that color. Like, it kind of looks like a double.
Yeah,
It's got the coloration of a double. That nice little kind of
Supporting cast
color.
members.
Yeah. One day you'll remember.
Classics get right.
it's like we were talking about before, like with it being an American Strong Ale. I think going into it, we're expecting like a barley wine, which could go one of two ways: very hoppy, also a really strong malt backbone, and usually one tends to overshadow the other.
Yes, I totally agree. But just take a smell of that. That's Belgian. That is a attempt to replicate a Belgian style, and you see that a lot. I know Lagunitas does a lot of that. Their Little Something Something series is actually an American Strong Ale as well, and it's a lot of replication of Belgian styles, but hoppier.
And when you're talking about those Belgian Strong Ales, what you're expecting is those dark fruit flavors, your raisins, your prunes, those sorts of things.
And you definitely get that. You get plums and all that, but you get that. You get a little bit of heat in there.
Yeah, and there's a tinge of
Yeah,
hops. I mean, it's not
it
the
opens up
dominant.
my nasal cavities
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, I really don't smell any hops though.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I do not get any hops.
I expect dark fruit. I mean, honestly, that's going into it.
Some
That's
dark
exactly
fruit,
what I
yeah.
expect. Like lots of prunes, raisins is what I think is going to come through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, considering, it is an American ale, and that is a loose term, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
the side note though is you should really, if you ever find a bottle of this, read the side. It is just chock full of Back to the
nerdgasm material.
It's nerdgasm.
Oh,
It
yeah.
definitely references 1.21 gigawatts.
Oh, yeah.
Ready? All right.
Here we go.
Yep. I definitely get
Ooh, that is. Ooh, what is that?
that is Belgian candy sugar, if I'm not mistaken.
I get that on. Yeah.
I get a little bit of a plum taste. Do you guys get the plum? Okay, good. Because I get like a very, very, very boom plum right in the face. Like it smashed it in my face.
Yeah, it's like plums up front, and then it just suddenly hits that. It's like, hey, I'm really alcoholic.
And it's gone.
And it's gone.
Yeah, good. It's gone. See, I like that. When it leaves, it's like not gonna sneak up on you a little bit.
And Morgan, I think I'm gonna touch a nerve here, but I think like when I think of dark fruits, one thing that comes to mind is like a Grand Cru, something like Great Divide's Grand Cru. I know it's a personal fave, and I'm not a big fan of that because it's so prominent. And here there is that taste, but I don't feel like it's overwhelming. I think it's drinkable. You know,
yeah, it definitely does touch the like the Grand Crus, Cuvées, also Quad, that vein.
Might I say this is a gateway to that type of beer? I mean, like
very much. I mean, it definitely tastes like a Belgian, and it surprised me that they call it an oak-aged American ale. Do you guys think that
I get that dryness. I get that dryness associated.
Yeah, I can see that.
With oak, but
so when you're talking about oak, some flavors that come through on that, it's definitely vanilla is always associated with that.
Vanillas are traditionally American oak, and then you get the French oak, which is a very distinctive toffee flavors. So I
really don't get either vanilla or coffee. I don't get anything.
I mean, assumably it would be American oak because, well, it's an American ale.
Yeah.
I would use French oak and American
Don't know where they have Athens, Georgia.
They might. You never know.
But I think it's interesting that you point that out, Taylor, because it's not coming through. If it is oak aged, that's not a bad thing. It just means that's not one of the dominant flavors. Maybe that's not what they're going for.
I get like alcoholic fistful of plum.
Yeah.
Is exactly what I get. Like I get no other flavors other than plum and heat from alcohol.
Now is this bourbon barrels or just oak aged?
See, it just says oak aged. It almost tastes like it could have been bourbon barrel, but
could be bourbon barrel.
Because that would explain wine. It might be a wine barrel.
And you know, it's like, what are they going for? Are they trying to balance out their flavors, or do they want it to be part of the flavor profile? And I mean, it doesn't, say the brewer did right or wrong. It's just, what are they looking for? And I think this is balanced.
This is very balanced. And oddly enough, like, the heat is very complementary to the whole flavor overall.
Yeah, I mean, it just tastes like a warm plum a little bit. Like, it is a nice...
It's just like that.
It's good any time of year. I could see drinking this any time of year. It's not, even though it's 10%, it's not like super overwhelming and like full body drinking.
9.8.
9.8.
Well, okay, try this out, guys. When I had it,
numbers are important in time traveling.
The roof of your mouth, there might be a little bit of oak coming through there. Again, it's not even, I wouldn't say dry, but there's a little bit of something that clings to the top of your mouth that I'm not sure is the malt bill, nor is it the candy sugar. There's something going on that may be coming from the oak. It may not. I mean,
I can taste some of the vanillas. Like it's
maybe woody.
It's very woody. It actually.
I can see that. That might be where the oak comes from.
It reminds me of a lot of that time because Hardywood Parks, local brewery of ours. I spent a day there with them, and when they were trying to put out their Hopler, they did a bunch of samples, and they literally took water with poplar in it, and then they toasted the poplar, and some of the elements kind of remind me of drinking that toasted poplar water.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, this is not a brewing show, but when you do age something in a barrel, there's usually a blending technique that goes along with it. And what you'll do is you'll age a certain amount of the beer in a barrel or with toasted poplar, as in the case of Hardywood, and then you blend it with unaged stuff. And that's the thing. They try to get certain flavor profiles, and in this case, I don't think that's what they were aiming for, was that to be dominant, but there is certainly a woody flavor to it.
Yeah, so I definitely agree.
Woody plums, I think that's the easiest way to describe this beer. This beer tastes like woody plums and forest sprites and other magical creatures. Much good.
It may very well come from the future, so maybe
it could very well.
We can't wrap our brains around it.
Well, the recipe's from 1955.
It's okay, good.
So
it's Cold War era beer. Cheers to that.
Cheers. And on that note.